One of the important aspects in taking care of a tree is also considering pruning a fig tree when you have, especially when you keep it in a pot. In this case, we have here a tree that's about now 6 years old. It has been in the same garbage bin as you can see there for the past 6 years. And therefore, on the long term, this has a negative impact to the fact that the root, you can see the root system is pretty much bound at this stage now, which means basically it has a negative effect on the growth of the tree. What you can do in this situation is actually consider doing a root pruning. There's definitely several ways to do it. In this case, what I'm going to do here today is basically we're going to attempt to cut the tree and split the tree into, as you can see, there's actually 2 trees in the same garbage bin we're growing. So pretty much we'll proceed with a separation. The first stage, what I'm going to do today is first of all use the water hose to try to have a better view of the root system, to see how it's basically how it has been growing there. After this, the second part will be using basically the saw to attempt to basically cut the tree. To cut to separate the 2 trees, and we also have a pair of cutters in the case that we need to use them. And that's pretty much it. We'll see in the next part where we'll be. So here I just attempted actually to remove part of the soil inside, but as you can see, it's pretty much 3/4, if not almost 99.9% of the content of the garbage bin, which was going with, the root system, is pretty much all roots. So I think it was pretty much a waste of time. So what I'm actually going to be doing now is taking the saw and cutting straight through, and basically to separate the 2 trees. So we'll see what's going to happen now. So as you can see, actually now we pretty much cut those 2 trees. We separated them. However, as you could look at it closely, you might notice actually, because the root, they were bound together, and actually this was the same tree. Looking at it as a cutting through, you can pretty much see all the structure all the way down. That this was actually coming down from the same tree. But it's pretty much separated now. I'm obviously not going to do anything else because that's quite a radical cut through we did here. So I'm pretty much going to take both of those trees and they'll be planted separately into 2 different basically containers, and from there they'll be able to grow now. And the other thing I like to add also, take into account when you have to do root pruning, perhaps not this type of root pruning. Normally what you could do actually is just go cut part of it, the sides of around the container. You could part of the roots off, and you should do this approximately every 3-4 years normally. Within the first year, when the first time you have the tree, perhaps you could leave it up to 4 years. But then after that, every 3 years you should do a bit of root pruning to remove part of the root mass there, so to leave the tree so it can actually keep on growing from there. Right, so I hope this video was useful for you. If anything, just see my website or have a look at it on the internet. I'm sure you can also find other information on that. And of course, enjoy your day.